welcome back to the Wrestling Bubble. We have an NXT review, and we also have new champions. Let's talk about it.
Woo! We're gonna start off the night with Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page for the NXT North American Championship. Oh gosh. One of the moves that Ethan Page did to Ricky Start with the chair, you saw me. I was scared for my life.
At the very beginning of the match, too, once it actually turned into a match, I mean, it was like they were brawling all over the ring and outside of the ring. Like, Ava came out, and she's like, she
She
wants to
needs a winner
stop it or whatever,
exactly
but like,
tonight.
yeah, but she needs a winner tonight.
Uh-huh. She's like,
So they
y'all not
just
gonna
go
ruin
ahead
this.
and they make it official. Then as soon as they start doing that, Ricky Saints go they get near the announce table and everything. There's like a chair on the ground or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
Ethan Page proceeds to like basically hit him with an RKO through the chair.
Chair right
Yeah.
between his throat. Ooh, I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was nasty. The like
I said, ooh, he ain't talking forever. And he proceeded to continue working on that neck.
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I guess this his new thing is he pretty much like taking care of people's joints, like any type of thing that can really affect them in the long run. You know, Javon Evans, jaw, and then Cedric's hand or whatever. Yeah, this dude's sick.
Yeah.
Ethan sick. No, not all ego. Ethan sick. Okay.
Good match. I felt like something like this needed to happen with Ricky Saints so we can get a shift in character.
Yes, most definitely. Because this baby face, like, yes, he gets a little pop, but you could tell the crowd's already like over him at this point because they want more. Like, okay, you was this big talk dude at AEW. Show us what you got.
Oh wait, listen, when you get heel Ricky Saints, that's when it's go time. Okay? That's when he's gonna be very entertaining. He's gonna cut his best promos. Just wait and see. I'm hoping that it's leaning towards some kind of turn in his character.
Yeah, but so we have a new North American champion, Ethan Page, by a pinfall. No interference, really. Because
Nope.
Ava says she wanted to end this tonight. I don't want no count out. So I'm like, well, they didn't like disqualify when you use the chair. This was pretty much a no holds bar match.
Yeah. We needed a decision. We needed a decisive winner. We got it with Ethan Page hitting what looked like a twist of fate.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. But and we didn't even stop there. We had a little backstage segment with Sarah. Pretty much, fatal influence during their thing, arguing, bid, whatever. And then basically, Jacy Jane decided to lift up her chest and let everyone know that she will be the new NXT Women's Champion tonight. She knew all along she was gonna get a title shot because she's gonna do what Fallon couldn't do.
And it all started with a slap.
Like, I mean, she slapped that chick to the next dimension. And
Woo.
Stephanie, she probably speak like Spanish, all that Japanese, whatever, all, and came back and started talking trash back to Jacy Jane.
Yeah, so that really set the tone.
After that, we have the next match, a debut from a TNA superstar, Mike Santana versus Tavon Hates. Tavon Hates, Lord, anybody
Yeah.
ever heard of this man?
Tavion Heights. He's I believe they mentioned that he wrestled for the Olympics
Mm-hmm.
in 2020. So he's like an all-American type of athlete, but
He
we're just
didn't
now
get
really
no
getting to see him.
reaction until this match actually.
Yeah.
Like like no reaction.
Yo, Mike Santana. I remember when he was, wrestling in tag teams before.
With TNA, and then he left TNA to go to AEW.
Yeah, and then we had Santana and Ortiz.
Right. And honestly, they was a really great tag team, but unfortunately they didn't get the push that they deserve. So I'm so glad that Mike Santana decided to go a different route and branch on his own.
Yeah, and he looked great tonight. He looked really good. Like he took this guy that never really wrestles much on NXT. He's more like a supporting role in a group, right? And they just put on a banger. Like this match was really good. They started off slow as they should, built up and just like killed it at the end.
Yeah, like I mean, and even after the match, the crowd loved both of them this time, not just Mike Santana. And I like how Miles Bourne stayed back because he didn't stay back because he don't believe in his friend or he don't want to be there for him. It's because he wants him to branch on his own soon, probably too.
Yeah. He just that's a different way of showing support. Like I know
Right.
you can do it.
Uh huh. Why Charlie? He feel like they can't learn wrestling without him.
Like they can't stand on their own too without him.
Exactly, which we'll speak about more of that later on. We have an introduction of our new tag team division, High Rise. I actually like this promo with Wesley and the two guys.
Yeah.
Like it was a really good. He started off with he had a partner, and the partner didn't see what he wanted. He tired of losing. He's tired of not getting respect. So he had to, like the New Day did, drop the dead weight, and then he picked up two new guys. Cause remember, first one of them was getting frustrated, and the other one was trying to calm him down. But now they finally on the same page.
Yep.
You know, you can't be nice all the time. As Booker T said, it's about checks and championships.
What it seems to be is like a shift in NXT right now. They're like shuffling uh a lot of the different wrestlers that have been there, but like they've just kind of been in the background or taking L's or whatever. It's like
Hmm.
now there everybody's shifting. You see OTM
Yeah.
coming to the forefront. You
Hmm.
see the No Quarter Catch crew finally coming to the forefront with Miles Bourne
Right. Right.
and Tavian Heights pretty much wanting to, branch out and be better versions of
And
themselves, right?
Charlie said that ain't gonna happen on my watch.
Right. But you see, like Ethan Page just got the North American Championship, just so that we can get a different version of Ricky Saints as a result. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got a lot of shuffling going on, and I like it. I mean, we got Trick Williams as the new TNA champion.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll talk more about that one
Yeah, but
because
I'm seeing a lot of good things with NXT now. So yeah, we got what, like a little backstage segment with Andre Chase.
uh, let's start. I love that Andre Chase is slowly coming back to Chase University. Like he and bringing these two new guys is it's like even more funny because they kept saying, "Oh, Andre Chase, we look up to you," but they always putting themselves in stupid situations.
They're so eager to impress him or whatever. I don't know.
Like
It's
they
just
want him to be a teammate with them so bad. Like Andre Chase trying to tell these knuckleheads, Tweeter dumb and Tweeter do, like they have to learn how to not be so overzealous. So they're like, so we gotta plan another match, right? No. And then here goes Ava walking, trying to mind her business, and they're like, Ava's like, oh, whoa, 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 you know, talking about what do y'all want? We want another match. Okay, well, you'll have a match next week. There happen to be a slot open all of a sudden
right.
with Dark State.
So Andre Chase has to tag with them.
Because it turned to be a 6-man tag because the guys are saying, oh, there's 4 of them. Oh, no, there will be 3 of them. So she was quick to say there'll be 3 of them. Are they finally getting rid of one of the members? Because honestly, Dark State don't need 4 people.
Or they may be doing that thing where you never know who's gonna wrestle until the match
Yeah,
actually
that
starts.
too. But
No quarter catch crew style.
oh my
If you think
gosh.
about it, right? Like it. Yeah.
Let's
So
focus a little bit. I want to do a brief thing about Dark State. Um, as when they first debuted, I remember people keep calling them the new Shield 2.0 or something. Dark States is boring right now, in my opinion. They really haven't did anything for me to be like, oh my gosh, Dark States, really haven't. Even when they did that video, Vanet, whatever, a few weeks ago, I'm still not interested in these guys.
yeah, neither am I.
So
Like,
that match would be skippable. So moving on from that horrifying.
well, I don't know. Listen, Andre Chase, for whatever reason, this dude manages to have good matches with anybody he's in the ring with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm between him and that guy
Yeah, oh
Saquon
yeah, that's true.
Sugars.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we really haven't seen, like, I feel like they keep pushing these to have these matches with Andre Chase, like the other two guys.
Because they're trying to build them for something.
Well, I'm saying once we finally really see them work together, they're probably gonna be like really good. We saw
Yeah,
what he did with Duke Hudson
yeah.
and I forget the other guy's name, but great matches.
Ridge Holland.
And I have a feeling these two guys that are with him, they're gonna surprise everybody.
And I already have a feeling they're gonna add a girl too, so I'm waiting for that also.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's
cause
kind of like the standard now, right? It's
right,
cookie cutter. 3 guys, 1 girl.
right.
I mean,
So that would be interesting. Who will they be adding? You know who would be good for that? That girl who used to be super hyper, with used to be with us two black guys.
okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
just don't remember her name.
yeah. That she will be good for this new Chase University 2.0. And please,
Yeah, she's like the fitness person or
right,
whatever, right?
right.
Yeah.
So that I would like to see. And then just a little quick, brief commentary about Tony D'Angelo and Shayna Lowe match from NXT Battleground. Nothing really happened. Honestly, that match was okay. So now we have a quick little segment with Trick Willie and Mark Santana.
Yeah, so Trick Williams comes out.
Hollywood Trick, actually.
Hollywood Trick.
Let's let everyone know. He said he's Hollywood Trick. Honestly, before we get too much into this segment, let's just say I love Trick's new character, gimmick, whatever. I don't know how he put it all together, but keep it up. Now he looks like a more believable Whoop That Trick era.
Yeah. I think he actually sounds better on the mic now.
Oh yes, like to me that was one of his best promos.
Yeah, it's like he's talking like with an edge now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And but that listen.
Now he let them know, y'all. He said, all y'all who's cheering for me is the same people that was waving your hands.
Yeah, he was like, y'all thought I forgot?
Exactly. Oh, y'all thought I forgot. No, I ain't forget. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my talent to TNA because I'm gonna do exactly what y'all did to me and turn my back on you. Straight to the point. Love it. Love every minute of it.
Yeah. Then we get Mike Santana coming out. Sam, listen, I ain't gonna let you talk about TNA like that, basically. So he coming out standing up for TNA. He gonna make sure that Trick Willie don't degrade that championship in the company as well.
Right.
Like, so he basically coming out as that, the standard bearer, as he calls himself or whatever. But I don't know, like they cut a pretty good promo back and forth.
Yeah, my Santana. Oh, I'm sure. Let's just say he better be glad he turned into this character, because if he was the old Trick, my Santana would have just roasted him. But they had a really great back and forth, like, nah, you fake, nah, you fake. It was really
Santana
good.
told him, "I'm a loud and proud Boricua from the Bronx, baby."
Right.
But Trick Williams, after Santana told him, "You're a pretend fighter. You're a
Mm-hmm.
pretend rapper with those high heels and those tight ass pants on."
Exactly.
Yo, Santana was digging into him.
Right.
Trick Willie say, "Hey, let's be real, Santana. Keep popping off if you want to. I'ma take off these lemon pepper steppers and beat your ass." Yo,
I'm like, ooh.
like let's go. Listen. I'm telling you, this version of Trick Williams, boy, this finna be the best version.
Yeah, I'm looking forward how Trick's good. Honestly, it makes me want to watch TNA Impact to be on this
Exactly.
Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, okay, yo, if he over there, if he wrestles, if he cuts a promo, I needs to see it.
I mean, if we end up watching, we should. I don't know. Probably do a video about it. But let's just see what the word on the street's gonna be. So we had a little quick segment also with Ava telling Stephanie Vaquer, like, we didn't see this coming,
Right.
that she's gonna be in a tag team. Sorry, yeah, a tag team match with the two girls, I guess, for World Collide.
Delise and I guess Chick Tormenta.
Yeah, these ladies look weird, but
Man, look what they was wearing tonight.
Oh my god.
World star.
I thought she I thought she was I don't know. But it's ridiculous. But of
It was like
course,
a completely see-through top
right,
or
like
shirt,
I'm like, what
and
in the hell?
it just looked like something you'd see on World Star. Maybe it's somebody getting their hair pulled out or
Right.
whatever.
And they really made sure that happened. We'll talk about that later on tonight, but
Woo.
who you think was gonna be Stephanie's partner?
Lola Vice, of course, because they've been
Like
showing them talk
exactly. Like
in the back for like 2 weeks now,
It
right?
was funny. As soon as she said, "I'll be your partner," no pop.
No pop. Exactly.
It was like, okay, what you gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Lola say, listen, I'm just glad to be back on TV again. I don't know if y'all forgot about me after I beat up Shayna Baszler and whatnot. But
Right.
yeah, I'm here. All right. And these
Ugh.
hips don't lie. And
Ugh.
these fists gonna knock you out.
We'll see if that happens on Worlds Collide. We had another match, basically, just a little filler match with Jada Parker versus Tatum Paxley because all Jada Parker did is say she don't feel sorry for Tatum. Like, get over yourself. You lost some friends. Who cares?
But to Tatum, she lost everything. Okay.
The
And she been crying her eyes out ever since. She wears her tears. Okay.
literally, like, girl, what are we doing? But what I like is her entrance when she came out with the Barbie dolls. I said, I'm done. I said, now that she has every Barbie doll that actually got moved up to the main roster
They all
and got
supposed to look like her
released.
friends though.
Right. I said, not Gigi. I said, she is really adapted to this character. But we'll talk little. Well, what I like, which is later on tonight, is when Tatum. We already y'all just know Jada Parker won. Like, who's surprised? But Tatum had a little talk segment with against Zarya and Soruka. But I like to see the calling was behind listening. I would love to see Tatum Paxley with the calling. She will keep the same character, but she will do great.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that group is tailor made for Tatum Paxley, honestly.
Uh huh.
And I don't know, like I could see it going two ways where she goes directly into the group, like maybe they do a better job of like convincing her to join instead of like Zarya and Sol Ruka. But I
Right.
also see a version where she goes with Sol Ruka and Zarya to our surprise, right? But then things don't go so great, while she's with them because all of a sudden you got the culling maybe almost like stalking her anytime they catch her like by herself, and then I forget the blonde in the culling, forget her name, but like maybe we get
Easy
like some
Jane.
kind of like
Yeah.
a rivalry between them or something. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Because
Cause
that'll give her Izzy Dane something to do once again, shuffling the roster. Like
right,
pushing
right.
other people
People
to
to
the
go for, yeah.
yeah,
Cause I I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I know when she had a match recently, she actually has some fans.
yeah,
I believe. But yeah, I could see that with Easy Dane and Tatum Paxley. I can also see them going as far as becoming like tag team champs and actually add more shake up in, like you said, in the division. Don't not saying that Liv's not killing it right now, but it's good to see some fresh
no,
faces.
honestly, I really feel like they need to utilize different people from different brands more.
Right.
Like, you know how good it would be right now if a lot of these people were wrestling on the main roster, involved in interacting with all these different superstars that are already on the main roster. Like,
Hmm.
imagine right now if you already had like Tony D, Trick Williams, Miles Bourne, uh, Obafemi, like you pretty much, like Ricky Sanks, whatever. Like a lot of these people who should already just move up. Like like you could see that they're talented. Okay, move their ass up. Like they didn't have NXT back in the day. They had OVA or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, OVW. They had that for like the wrestling school, like whenever they weren't on camera or whatever, which is supposed to be what like NXT was. But then, anyways, if you mix a lot of these people from all these different brands, we would have like a lot of really good upper mid carders, potential main eventers. Like there would be a lot more entertaining segments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get like the cream of the crop and just put them all together, man, it'd actually be so much better. And then with NXT, whatever's left, I mean, then it literally looks truly developmental again. Because like right now, there's just like way too many good people on NXT that should be on the main roster.
But the thing is, a lot of them know they can. They're just afraid to move up because they don't know if Triple H is going to use them or not.
Man, please.
And nobody wants to be like, you look at Dijak. He was supposed to get a push at NXT. Triple H call him up and never used him. And they actually end up firing him. So it's like, I would be, if I'm
Well,
doing
he
really
got
good.
stuck with Retribution at first,
Yeah,
right?
but it's like he was actually, really popular in NXT to the point he was supposed to be the next NXT champion. So it's like, look at Jada Parker. She should have been moved up, but she been there for a minute too. Wesley been there for a minute. We have a few people who's been there for a minute. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes they're actually still down there, so they can see what kind of character they want to be before they move up to the main roster.
True, but what I'm saying, they should also be able to develop characters on the main roster as well.
I
I
get
mean,
it,
it is the
but
main roster.
yeah, but at that point in the main roster, you should already like know what kind of you know person you want to be to get the reaction from the crowd.
True,
Yeah,
but we also continue to see a lot of people don't even have characters on the main roster.
exactly. It's all in
So they could
NXT.
reshuffle them back, you know what I mean, and just act like they're having rivalries with people in NXT,
Right.
right? In the back of our mind, we know they're still on the main roster, but
Mhm.
like you have these people that are already ready that are on NXT, or at least if we want
Right.
to test them, have them do programs with people on the main roster for a certain amount of time, where they're only featured on the main roster. Like we look at that as
That's almost like what they did with Roxanne Perez.
yeah,
Yeah.
but except do it for a longer period of time.
Right.
Like they kind of, dip the toes in with the Royal Rumble.
That's like what TNA is doing too, because like Ariana Grace, she's with NXT,
Mhm.
but she's also with TNA Impact. So she's like back and forth, but she obviously been at TNA Impact more because her and her
So she's
father.
going to be like one of the first ones that may transition from NXT to TNA
She already
just
like she
because of her
basically
dad
is like
being there.
yeah, cause yeah,
But you see what I'm saying? Cuz like Joe Henry's going to end up coming to WWE. I mean,
of course.
but that's a TNA to WWE. So she'll be an example of an NXT person going to
Well, yeah,
TNA,
cause she
and
pretty
that's how
much
they'll benefit as well. They'll
right.
still get properly trained WWE
That's why
talent.
I was saying like before, like you see how Cora J got released. Honestly, she'd be fine in TNA.
Yeah.
She'll survive in TNA. Like she had more reaction there than she had in NXT, so she will be fine in TNA because she's another one that wrestled one of the TNA Women's Champion. But moving on from there, we had a debut of what's his name, Gasper Troy. Um, Watching his little video promo, I'm still not sold by him, honestly.
He's like a big guy, and of course he's gonna do the all that
Right.
stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm
But I
not
mean,
sold by him.
your finisher was a boss man slam.
Whatever he wants to call it.
Boring. Okay. Like we need come up with something better, buddy. You're supposed to be this big guy and everything. Like we need to see some kind of impressive destroyer type move. Okay.
Yeah, talking about boo, like how people didn't believe. It's like, dude, how many times I heard the same story? People didn't believe in you. Okay, yeah, we heard it all
Who didn't
before.
believe in you? You the
Like,
biggest motherfucker out
right,
there.
right. You're like,
What you talking about?
no
I
one
think you'll be
cares.
just fine, man. Like you big as fuck. Yo, the way he was tossing Obafemi around, I
I
think you'll be
know,
fine because that's a big boy too.
for real.
Okay,
I mean,
three
Jesus
hundred and
Christ.
something pounds. Come on.
So of course, Jasper Toy won. Like, was there any surprise there? Was there any? We haven't
Nah, because
seen
anytime we see Dante
Dante.
Chin, he's laying on his back. All right.
Exactly. So thanks for taking the L. And then we get a quick segment. This one was funny. We ain't gonna talk too much about it with Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo,
Laredo Kid.
and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix actually got a pop, y'all, from NXT, which is funny because that's what Triple H wanted to put him in was NXT. He felt like he was main roster, and everybody's like, "Who is this small man on my TV right now?" Just being honest.
Yeah. All right. So this whole segment was basically just to advertise their match The Fatal 4-Way
for
match.
World Collide. So all the people we name is going to be in a fatal four-way for Ethan's Page North American Championship. I'm going Javon Evans. I think it's time for him to show what kind of champion he's going to be. He been putting in the work since day one. Look, my boy is bouncy. He even got merch out. Javon
Honestly,
Evans.
this may end up being a shocker. Where like this may be the opportunity to have a WWE title somewhere
Oh,
else being
in
defended
World
by
Collide.
yeah. This may end up being either Laredo Kid or Ray Phoenix, where he will
Jeez.
take it
Cause.
to different brands to
Mm,
yeah. I think it'll be something like that. They'll use it like how AEW used that international title where they defended on New Japan and other places. I think that's what the North American title may end up becoming.
we'll
Just
see.
while one of them have it, and then once they have it back on a NXT wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
then they'll probably kind of stop doing it as much.
That's up. Still going Javon Evans.
Javon, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I do see him doing that, but at the same time, how many times Javon Evans gonna keep taking L's every time he gets a title
This
shot?
is what I don't like though, right? Is because he's been wrestling for the world title. Okay. So if he ends up winning the North American title, boy, he finna be like, it's gonna be a long time before he feuds with anybody that's a main event type of level person. Like, so it's like he's going back down. It's like a holding pattern almost.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Cause
Or
I mean, he held his own when he was wrestling with Obafemi and Trick and all that. You know what I mean?
Ethan
Like,
Page, yeah.
so
We'll see. But you know what I like is after this little segment, we have the manager from Evolve saying, did y'all forget about Sean Legacy? Thank you.
yeah,
Okay. All I could say was thank you.
that Joker was done dirty.
Like, I was like, I swear he was supposed to wrestle on NXT Battleground.
Cause he beat Javon Evans, right?
Like, yeah. It was a triple threat and he beat Javon Evans, so I didn't get it. So thank you, Stevie, for reading our minds and for listening to us.
That Joker
'Cause
said everybody in that match shouldn't even be in the match because Sean Legacy was supposed to be up next.
for
It was
real.
like, I
I
got
didn't
you.
forget
The
about
winner of
him.
this match.
No, she botched, like I said. That's what happened. She did
Yeah.
forgot about him,
Yep.
girl. He forgot about him because she was like, "Oh, whoever wins on no, y'all have a match on Wednesday." I'm like, "How you know?" So you already done said he gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, "Cut it." Now I see why people didn't want her as a GM. Sorry, Rock. That's probably why they beefing because she sucks.
Yeah.
She only got that position because she's the Rock's daughter. Like, I'm sorry because she never.
Clearly.
Yeah, because Lord.
Because I think, who's the blonde that's usually like the blonde and that guy really should be.
So
They should
that's
be like
Stevie.
Adam Pearce
Exactly,
and Nick
that's Stevie
Aldis.
Turner, and then you have Robert Stone.
Yeah.
That's why
Stevie Turner's good.
Yeah, she she was the one that had me glued to the segment because I was just like, then Robert Stone, he's so jealous because she's like pretty much her own boss at her own show. Why
Yeah.
he has to visit TNA trying to be something with him and Eric Garner. Sorry,
You're talking
Ray's
about
dad.
Santino
Yeah,
Marella.
yes, him.
Yo,
That
but
joke's funny.
I don't know. Like anytime you see those two in the segment with Ava, you could see the good acting from them two, and then Ava's just doing the same, taking a deep breath, closing her eyes,
Yeah, like she
rolling her
about to fall
eyes,
asleep.
and then saying, "All right, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah," whatever line she remembered. I mean, like that's crazy. Hey, nepotism at its finest. So that's all we got to say about that, and that leaves us what
The main event.
Yeah.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Jacy Jane. This match right here, Jacy Jane put on a great performance against Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer always looked great in her match, and she made Jacy Jane even look. I mean, it was great. And it all started because she said, "Slap that hoe." I mean, she slapped the shit
Yeah. She just walked up to her.
Stephanie.
Blam.
Bop. Like, in front of all the Latinas.
Hey,
Y'all over here yelling? Nah, I'm about to show you how it's really done.
she saw her opportunity and she took it.
And Jacy Jane said she's from Tampa, Florida. Represent
That's
Tampa.
what's up.
I mean,
Yo, and that's crazy because that was supposed to be in Tampa.
Yeah.
Before they moved it.
Yeah.
So they were finna really put her on. Yeah. Like in front of her hometown and everything. Yep.
Ain't
that something?
She would have got the biggest pop.
Yep.
And she really, wow.
Think about that. Yeah, Stephanie was finna do that for her.
Wow.
Man, look, cause it's like, yo, you beat like the hottest, like one of the hottest female wrestlers right now, Stephanie Vaquer, who looks unbeatable, right?
Right.
And then boom, you're the one to do it.
I mean,
been grinding for all these years since 2.0.
Like, it was crazy when she was in Toxic Attraction. No one really paid attention to Jacy Jane.
Yeah.
I mean, us too. I mean, to be honest, it was like, oh, you thought
had
Gigi
Mandy
was
wearing the skimpy clothes. Right. You had Gigi cheeks out. Sun ain't even out.
And it was just Jacy.
Then you got Jacy Jane. Not even the looks wise ain't even on their level.
Mm-hmm.
But after Mandy left and the group kind of split, right? It was only Jacy and Gigi, but like the group split, and they had that segment where like, what was it? Gigi turned on Jacy or Jacy turned on Gigi, right? Yeah. Okay, so they go through the door and everything. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately we see, okay, there's something to Jacy.
Right.
Okay, then fast forward, they get a promo between Gigi and Jacy. And Jacy just cooked her. It wasn't even close. I mean, look, fast forward, because you see all the little interactions with Jacy and whoever she's around, right? Mm-hmm. And Jacy always stands out. And then she finally got her opportunity after she stepped up and slapped the taste out of Stephanie's mouth.
Man.
And she put herself in that position. Now what you gonna do?
Exactly, because Stephanie said, what is she? Number one?
La primera.
My girl said, what? Man, before they even rang the bell, Stephanie came out. She came out of like a freaking football tunnel running after Jacy.
She took
Jane.
them horns off. She took all that stuff. Look,
it's like she was taking them earrings. Like, I'm about to whoop this trip right
That's why I told you, world star. Look.
Like,
she got it that race. She made sure one of the first things she did was slap her back.
Oh man, she slapped her, she kicked her, she punched her. Man, you name it, she did it. And then had a little bit of interference. Cause earlier, she has a tag team match at World Collide against these two Latinas. So they coming out looking like Miami out here because you have Lola Vice. Really, her fists don't lie. She was like, girl, hold on. Remember, it's a TV show. You ain't really on the streets. Calm down. Because she was throwing punch kid. I'm like, oh, Lord. Security, please get Lola. She forgot she's on NXT. Get Lola. Thank you.
So all of that chaos happened, and this kind of distracted Stephanie Vaquer for a little bit. So Jacy Jane try and roll her up 2 count. Then they get kind of tangled up near the turnbuckles and everything. And wouldn't you know it, Jasmine Nix is on the apron distracting the referee.
Right.
And then you got Fallon Henley kind of like do almost like a 619 type of feint kick to Stephanie Vaquer on the outside. This gives Jacy Jane the perfect opportunity to set up Stephanie for her finisher. Fallon Henley rolled Stephanie Vaquer back in the ring. Referee turns around just in time, looking, everything looking like it's legit,
right.
Like nothing happened. Man,
and the impossible happened. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. Yes, you hear it right here, folks. A new NXT Women's Champion. Basically, Stephanie Vaquer passed the torch to Jacy Jane.
Amazing match. A shock finish because when I tell you everybody's jaws was on the floor, okay?
Even the ring
Yo,
announcer.
the ring announcer was stuck. Like he was like, "Wait a minute, did that just happen?" And the other guy, he got to tap him like, "Hey, bro, yeah, you got to go. Come on, let's go. Show's still going. We're still alive, pal." And then he announces Jacy Jane as the new women's NXT World Champ, right? And the crowd, they get shots of the people in the crowd. They like they doing a mannequin challenge. Yo, they got this dude. He's just sitting there like they fade into black. The dude is still stuck. He probably still there right now.
Wait,
hey, bro. We're trying to lock up here, so
call your Uber. Or
you got a ride, or I mean, listen, that was. I love the finish of that match.
Oh my god,
that was a shocker.
I mean, even our jaws. We was like, why?
Because I mean, for one, you had Fallon and Jacy Jane kind of like butting heads this whole time and everything,
and then
right?
they pushed Jasmine next to the ground, so she
like they had. I mean, look, I'm thinking, okay, they about to break up,
but it then turns out they was
setting up a trap. That's what happened. Before you know it, they had her Stephanie surrounded. You got one distracting the ref. You got the two behind the ref's back attacking her. I mean, they set that up perfect.
They outsmarted. They outsmarted Stephanie. I mean,
man,
that was like what? And can you imagine? She was because she's from Tampa, and unfortunately NXT did their live show in Tampa because they ain't had enough ticket sales. And I'm so glad, Shawn Michaels, thank you for sticking with the story.
Yeah, like that was a really big moment for Jacy Jane.
Like,
imagine though if she was in front of all like 6,000 people that they were trying to pack in there.
Cried.
Yo, that would have been
she
so
already
special.
Was crying when she won. When she was like, "What?"
Yeah. That just put her on the map. Now she got to take the ball and run with it now.
And then you had Stephanie crying.
Yeah. I mean, hell, she just gave her that big moment. Come on now. And that's gonna be that's gonna be one of those moments people really remember because it look how shocked they were.
I mean,
man, when I tell you they probably was sweeping around the dude whenever they were cleaning that place out. He probably still standing there. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, the ring announcers what got me, and the camera producer saying, "Yo, yeah, this is happening for real." Like he looking at it like, "Is this for real?"
Yep.
Like, did she really just beat Stephanie Vaquer?
Yeah, something Jordan Grace couldn't do, something Roxanne couldn't do, Julia couldn't do. Boom. Jacy Jane got the job done with a little assistance from.
We ain't gonna talk about that though. No, I mean she deserved it. Well, and Stephanie, as usual, is a phenomenal, one of the best to me female wrestlers that I ever seen. And I'm looking forward to watching World Collide to see what she got. I mean, Lola Vice, yeah, should be there, but let's be honest, we really just want to see Stephanie. Okay.
Yeah, and then also, hopefully she just moves to the main roster, like officially stays on Monday Night Raw, and we get her tangled up with different women on that.
Yeah, because she might be the one to take the belt off of Io Sky.
I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, after that little taste match that they had.
Yeah,
they did that just to see what the crowd's gonna react.
Yeah,
and that match was way over than hearing Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky.
Yeah, right now Io don't have nothing to do. We see Kyrie going into Money in the Bank and stuff. Io's got nothing.
Yeah, I mean she's a champ.
And Stephanie told her already, "Look, I want to face the best."
Hey, and she might be the one to win the Money in the Bank.
Who knows? But
they still got
I'm
two
eager
more
to
spots.
see. Listen, like I'm liking the reshuffling that's happening right now.
Yeah,
because we need Stephanie to go ahead and go up there. Julia's already up there. She get crickets. Look, Stephanie done came out on Monday Night Raw. They know who she is. they
She gets
make noise when she
crickets.
come out.
Oh my gosh, she gets crickets.
Hey, just being real, Julia. I don't listen. Beautiful
Oh,
madness.
that's why I'm see. I already knew. That's why I was surprised when I saw her on Raw because I was like, okay, I know Stephanie's supposed to be on Raw, and you're gonna have Julia on Raw. Stephanie's gonna outshine Julia. The whole point is y'all want Julia to stand out.
Right.
So send her behind the SmackDown. What are
Yeah.
y'all
Split
doing?
them up.
Yeah, like her hair says it all. SmackDown. So I don't. That was just weird. So good decision there. But that concludes our NXT review. Once again, we had two title exchange. Ethan Page is our new NXT North American champion, and Jacy Jane, the rock star, is our new NXT Women's World Champion. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, again, you heard it first from the wrestling bubble, TWB.